On February 2, 1995, a 6-minute video captured an unidentified flying object in the skies over Beijing. In the first minute of the footage, the bright object was completely stationary until at around the 2-minute mark, it started to slowly move to the left. The video continues for a few more minutes until the anomaly ultimately disappears behind the nearby building. But this sighting from 1995 isn't the only report of such an incident. In the original upload of this footage on YouTube, one comment from BG Tuber stands out from the rest. According to him, he and his brother saw an identical UFO from their balcony on January 1, 2000, at midnight. He describes the object matching the one in the video in size, color, speed, and movement pattern. However, his sighting only lasted around 20 seconds. Despite the fact that this video gives us a clear view of the unidentified object for around 6 minutes, there is a lack of details about this sighting, as it seems that the only information that we have is the date and location that it was recorded. Nearly 3 decades later, there is no conclusive evidence debunking the authenticity of the video. On July 29, 1952, at approximately 4:30 p.m., George Stock and his friend John Riley were in Stock's backyard when they noticed a strange flying object approaching. Stock told his friend to keep an eye on it while he ran inside to get his camera. He returned just in time to capture a few photos of a solid, metallic-looking disc-shaped craft in flight. According to both witnesses, the object had a partially transparent dome on top and was roughly 29 feet in diameter. Its color was a bluish-gray metallic hue with a greenish-blue tint on the dome. The craft moved slowly at an altitude of about 200 feet, paused briefly in midair, then swiftly accelerated and departed. Despite being some of the clearest images of authentic UFO sightings ever captured, they did not get the attention they deserved because of their timing. These photos were taken during the peak of UFO reports in 1952, particularly in the eastern United States, about the time that the intelligence agencies asked police and all public information agencies and news services to discontinue carrying and reporting UFO stories because the intelligence channels were being clogged by the number of reports. During that month alone, around 700 UFO sightings were logged, accompanied by numerous photographs. While this incident may not be as widely known as others from the same period, to this day, no evidence of editing in the photos has been found, nor any indication that it was a hoax. Now let's take a look at some sightings experienced by airline pilots. What makes these sightings more significant is that aviation personnel have extensive training and knowledge of natural phenomena and airborne objects, which adds weight to their reports. One of these events took place on February 21, 2021, in the skies west of Deming, New Mexico. An American Airlines flight from Cincinnati to Phoenix had a close encounter with a long, cylinder-shaped object. The crew reported that it was moving very quickly above the aircraft, which was flying at around 36,000 feet and traveling at 460 miles per hour. Here's the conversation between the pilots and the control tower during that incident.
Have any targets up here? We just had something go right over the top of us that, I hate to say this, looked like a long cylindrical object. It almost looked like a cruise missile type of thing moving really fast that went right over the top of us.
Shortly after, the airline confirmed the authenticity of the recording and refrained from commenting on the incident. Initial investigations into this event revealed that no nearby flights reported any anomalies in the sky, and there were no official reports from the local military indicating missile tests or special weapons activities. The Federal Aviation Administration conducted a thorough investigation into the incident involving a commercial airplane and an unidentified cylinder-shaped aircraft. The event was acknowledged as real, but the details of this mysterious encounter remain undisclosed. Now let's take a look at an encounter between commercial aircraft and UFOs in Mexican airspace that took place on October 8, 2020, involving an Aeromexico flight from Obregon to Mexico City. At 2:40 p.m., while flying over the Lake of Guadalupe, the crew reported a mysterious metallic sphere flying alongside their plane.
Seguido, costero 2063, a las 12 de su posición. Nuestra posición, a nuestra misma altitud, a 12.000 pies. Recibido, gracias, informamos, no tengo nada en el radar.
As it could be heard on the radio chatter, the air traffic controller asks the pilot about the position of the unknown object, only to then report that nothing is showing up on the radar screen. Since this piece of audio has been made public, no further details about this case have surfaced, and it is still unknown what the pilot could have witnessed. On March 27, 2024, a video of an unidentified flying object surfaced online and quickly got a lot of attention. As explained by the original poster, the footage was filmed by his friend while traveling by plane from Florida to New York City. In the video, a saucer-shaped black object briefly appears outside the plane's window. One theory that was raised to explain this sighting is that it might be a floating object whose movement is just an illusion caused by the plane's speed, though this still hasn't been confirmed. Another theory speculates the object could be a bird. As it's uncommon for birds to fly at such high altitudes, this idea also hasn't moved further. Despite the fact that the original video reached more than 700 comments in just a few days, the discussion gradually cooled off as days passed and no explanation for this incident emerged. As of the publication of this video, the mystery remains unsolved. But now, if you made it this far into the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to this channel. You can also support us by becoming a member by clicking on the join button below. It will help immensely. I also want to take a moment to thank all of the members of the channel. A big thanks to Paul Gardner II, Christine Smith, D. Smitty, and Manuel Rocha for helping to support the channel. It means so much to me. With that being said, let's jump back to where we stopped. On March 3, 2024, in Edmond, Oklahoma, Reddit user Pardon M3 shared an unusual experience. While relaxing in his jacuzzi for about 15 minutes, he decided to capture a time lapse of the sky using his phone. Initially, he didn't notice anything unusual. However, upon reviewing the video later, he noticed a triangle formation moving from left to right across the sky. The witness claims that he has been watching the skies every night for about a year, and he always checks radars on his phone and only takes video of objects that don't show up on radar. In the 5-second video, which represents a time lapse of 15 minutes, 3 lights in a perfect triangle formation can be seen moving while perfectly maintaining their pattern. Although the identity of these lights remains uncertain, some Reddit users speculated they could be related to the Naval Ocean Surveillance System. On the other hand, in the same comment section, 2 other comments stand out, reporting similar sightings. Exactly what I saw 16 years ago over Tartu, Estonia. It hovered a bit slower and then sped away crazy fast. Looked like the stars in the sky at first. A few years ago, I saw something similar, but there were 5 lights instead, in a pentagon formation, and they were flying slowly as well. Although the original poster responded to numerous questions regarding his video, it seems that it was the first and last time that he witnessed those lights. As for the precise origin of the object, it remains a mystery to this day. And there you have it. A set of mysterious UFO videos from around the internet. Each sighting brings its own set of questions, leaving us to wonder about the mysteries that linger in our skies. What are your thoughts on these encounters? Share your insights in the comments below. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies and stay vigilant. Unworthy, unforgivable, unforgettable.